Princess Leonor stuns Copenhagen with emotional first royal speech. Wife-to-be. Copenhagen expected a formal appearance. A polite, measured speech from Spain's crown princess, something diplomatic, perhaps ceremonial. That's what the world thought they would see. But what unfolded was something no one anticipated. Instead of just words, Princess Leonor delivered an emotional message that left Copenhagen breathless. Her voice trembled not with nerves, but with sincerity. Her eyes glistened not from the flash of cameras, but from the weight of truth. And here's the twist: this was not just another royal speech. It was a declaration of heart, a glimpse into the soul of a young woman about to step into love, duty, and history all at once. So tonight, we take you inside that unforgettable moment. Why did her words move royals and commoners alike? Why did Copenhagen, the city of another crown prince, become the stage for her most revealing address? And what does this emotional speech tell us about the queen she will one day become? From the very first sentence, Leonor's voice cut through centuries of protocol. She did not hide behind stiff formality. Instead, she spoke of connection, of family, of love that transcends borders. She spoke not only as the heir to Spain, but as a daughter, a sister, and, most strikingly, a woman about to become a wife. And the reaction was immediate. The room, filled with dignitaries, royals, and statesmen, fell silent. Many leaned forward. Some, eyes wide, could not believe that such vulnerability was being displayed in a setting usually guarded by perfection. But why Copenhagen? Why did she choose this city to show her heart? The answer lies in the bond between Spain and Denmark. For years, whispers have circled about Leonor's connection to Prince Christian. Their friendship, caught in glances and shared appearances, fueled endless speculation. The Danish people have watched her with curiosity, and in this city, Leonor seemed to acknowledge that connection, not through gossip, but through grace. In her words, she spoke of unity between nations, but also of personal bonds. She thanked Denmark for its warmth, its friendship, and its role in shaping the vision of a future where monarchies collaborate not through tradition alone, but through the emotions of their heirs. And then came the line that no one expected. Leonor paused, looked around the hall, and spoke of love, not just romantic love, but love as the foundation of leadership. Without love, she said, duty is empty. Without love, crowns are just ornaments. It is love, for people, for family, for history, that gives meaning to everything we do. Those words rippled through Copenhagen like a shockwave. Royals do not speak this way. They do not strip away the armor of formality. Yet here she was, doing it without fear. But here is where the curiosity deepens. Was this speech only about diplomacy? Or was it also a message, carefully wrapped, to someone in the audience? To the one who will soon call her wife. The title of wife-to-be hovered in every headline, and her tone carried a resonance that went beyond politics. It was as if Leonor was saying, I am not just your future queen, I am a woman who has known love, loss, and choice. And in that moment, Copenhagen saw not just a crown princess, but a future queen whose reign would be human. The reactions afterward tell us everything. Queen Margrethe, though retired, was said to have nodded with approval. Crown Prince Frederik and Crown Princess Mary exchanged looks, recognizing the courage it takes to bare one's soul before a world of scrutiny. Prince Christian, though carefully composed, could not escape the cameras that caught his quiet smile. But Leonor's words also traveled far beyond the Danish palace walls. Back in Spain, her people heard them as a promise. A promise that their queen would not lead from cold distance, but from emotional truth. Her words reassured them that monarchy can be modern, not through costumes or symbols, but through authenticity. And yet, here is the question we cannot ignore: did this emotional vulnerability come at a cost? Because every royal moment is judged. While many praised her sincerity, others whispered, was it too much? Did she risk being seen as too human, too fragile, for the role ahead? History reminds us that monarchies survive by walking a thin line, showing heart, but never weakness. Did Leonor balance it perfectly, or will critics use her emotion against her? This is the curiosity that will keep the world watching. Because for every royal who dared to speak from the heart, history shows us two paths, admiration or backlash. And Leonor, by choosing to be vulnerable, has already set herself apart. But let us step back. What shaped this courage? The answer lies in her upbringing. King Felipe, her father, has always led with dignity and restraint. Queen Letizia, her mother, taught her daughters the value of independence, of authenticity, of speaking one's truth even when it is unpopular. Leonor has absorbed both lessons, blending the steadiness of her father with the passion of her mother. Copenhagen became the stage where that balance bloomed. And the timing is no coincidence. Just months before her wedding, Leonor is not only preparing to be a wife but preparing to be a queen. Every appearance, every word, is carefully weighed. And yet, instead of choosing the safe path, she chose risk. She chose emotion. She chose to show the world the woman behind the crown. This brings us to the greatest curiosity of all: what kind of queen will she be? If her speech in Copenhagen is any sign, she will not rule through distance. She will not hide her heart. She will lead as someone who has known what it means to love, to sacrifice, and to stand vulnerable before millions. And perhaps that is why Copenhagen will be remembered not just as the city where Leonor gave a speech, but as the city where she revealed her soul. Because when history looks back, they will not just recall her words, they will recall the silence that followed them, the stunned looks, the tears in the eyes of those who listened. They will recall that in a hall built for diplomacy, a young woman dared to speak with love. And when Leonor walks down the aisle, when she becomes both wife and queen in waiting, the memory of that night will follow her. Her people will remember that she showed them her heart before she ever wore her crown. That is why Princess Leonor stunned Copenhagen. Not because she spoke, but because she spoke with love. And that, more than any jewel or throne, is what will define her reign.